Hi everyone, and welcome to a new video by the Smarter SAT Prep YouTube channel. In this example, we'll be looking at a problem that explores how to solve a undefined function on the SAT Math section. So specifically, I took question number 36 from the calculator section of official practice test number 1, and it says h of x is equal to 1 over x minus 5 squared plus 4 times the quantity x minus 5 plus 4. And it's asking us what is the value of x for where the function h is undefined. So if a function is undefined, what does that mean? Well, really, what it means is that I'm dividing by some kind of a negative number in the function, and I'm basically not getting a value. So on a graph, what this would look like is, let's say my function at the value 1 is undefined. Then what my function could look like is something like this. Maybe something like this, where at 2 and 3 I have values, but at 1 I have this hole in the graph because there's just no value that corresponds to 1 in my function. So the way this would happen in this function at least is my denominator would have to be 0. And why would this give me an undefined function? Well, if I have 1 divided by 0, then I have some kind of undefined number, right? You can't divide by 0. And as a result, I wouldn't get any value for whatever x value corresponds to 0 in the denominator. What that means is that I'm going to have to set this denominator equal to 0, get my x value, and then that'll be the answer to this question. So let's do that. Now, I'm going to write this out fully here, plus 4 times x minus 5 plus 4. And I'm going to set this all equal to 0. And right away, nothing really jumps out to me as how to simplify this very clearly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to FOIL everything out and then hope that later on everything will simplify, as you'll see. So x squared minus 10x plus 25. Just know your rules to binomial foiling. 4x minus 20 plus 4 equals 0. And so now I have everything. Let's combine all of our like terms. We get x squared minus 6x plus 9 equals 0. And now it should be pretty obvious to you. Now that we've simplified this, we have a clear factor we can use, and that would be x minus 3 squared. So again, if you were to FOIL this out, you would get exactly what we have on top. Set this equal to 0 once again. And at this point, we now know that x is equal to 3 for us to get 0. So quick note about that simplifying. If it's not obvious to you what you need to simplify it first, just start breaking things down, start foiling, factoring, do whatever you can. At some point, you're going to get something that will be able to easily simplify. Like in this kind of a question, what they're mainly trying to test is to see if you can recognize what undefined function is. They're not going to try to test you also on solving a quadratic. So if you just start with basic simplifying, you'll get to a form where it's pretty obvious then what you need to do, which is what we had in this case. X minus 3 squared was obvious for us to find. So now if we have x equals 3, that is the value to this function. So what this function would probably look like is something maybe like this, where 1 and 2 have values, and then maybe at 3 we have that hole here. And the reason we have that hole is because if we put x equals 3 into the function above, we'd get 1 divided by 0, which obviously is undefined. So 3 is the right answer to this question. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.